Hello, children and grandchildren. Today, Grandpa Poe is going to show you another toolbox full of tools. And we're going to look at the different uses of those tools. Let's see what's inside. Oh, isn't that pretty? And it's almost full of tools. Cutter. This is a small cutter that is used mainly for just cutting wire. Can you see it? Yes, it's very sharp. Cutter. This is also a cutter for wire. Cutter. Now this is very interesting. Look at this. Here is the cutter portion. Here is the cutter portion, right here. Can you see it? Right here, this little bit. Do you see how it moves? This is very old, very old. This belonged to Grandpa Poe's grandpa from many years back. And it is for cutting really hard stuff. And it only cuts just this little area right here. Do you see it? Grandpa Poe inherited this from his father, and my father inherited it from his father. So it was used by my grandfather. Now, Grandpa Poe actually used this, several days ago, just to cut some wire. Just to cut some wire. That's what I used it for. On an area that worked for our washing machine. This one here, Grandpa Poe used to cut some wire when he was rewiring his Triumph. And he needed to cut some wire and strip the wire. This heavy-duty cutter, Grandpa Poe hasn't used it for some time, but I have used it in the past for cutting if I had to remove a bolt and the bolt would not come out. Grandpa Poe would cut the bolt off. And for that purpose, it is very useful, very useful. And Grandpa Poe has actually had neighbors come over and borrow it because they had to cut a bolt. This is a very simple wire cutter and stripper. You put the wire in here, and then you clamp down on it like this, and then you pull on it, and that pulls the insulation off of the wire. That's how it's used. It's very simple, and for small wire, it works very well. It doesn't work very well for great big pieces of wire with insulation on. But for small pieces, it works very nicely. Isn't that nice? This one has dual use. This could be used, or this could be used, or, remember Grandpa Poe showed you this before? This is also a wire stripper. But this is 2-in-1, both a cutter and a stripper. See how that works? Okay, all right. Grandpa Poe forgot something. Remember Grandpa Poe showed you these wrenches and how these wrenches worked? You know, like if you put the leg on a table or something like that. Or this one, this is a wrench, and it's a closed end. It's a box end wrench. Grandpa Poe forgot to show you this. This is very interesting. It's actually a kit. And look at what's in here. Now then, remember Grandpa Poe showed you these and this. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. Isn't that a pretty little thing? Now, look at this. Remember Grandpa Poe showed you this before? This is an open-end wrench, and this is open-end. And this is a box end, and look at this. That's a box end. Isn't that, and look at it. Isn't it a nice little wrench? For very small areas, this is what you would use, because this would be maybe too big. And it bends like this, and you would use this to maybe get into a very funny position. And so you could bend this over and use it, or you could use it straight, like this. Isn't that nice? And there is a whole kit full of these wrenches. From a very small one. Can you see that? It's not very big. See? But it's made the same way. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. It's made the same way. Here is the biggest one in the kit. Now, this is a little hard for Grandpa to do, maybe, but look at how many wrenches are here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 of them in there. Can you see that? And this is a kit, which you can roll this up. See that? You can roll it up, and then it has some Velcro here, and you can put that like that. And here is a nice rolled up kit. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Battery post cleaner. This is a particular tool used for only a particular thing, for cleaning the posts and the terminals on a battery. There is a wire brush in here, in this, see it in there? And there's a wire brush in here. 2 different size holes. And there's a wire brush on the end here, and there's a wire brush on the end here. It is only used to clean battery posts. The way this is used, this wire brush in here, you would put this on the top of the post on the battery and go like this, and it would clean it. This brush you would use on the terminal that fits onto the post, and you would put that in there and you would go like this. And there are 2 different sizes. See, this one's bigger and that's smaller. This one here is smaller and this is bigger. Can you see that? It is a very useful tool, but it's only used for one purpose: to clean a battery post. I've used this to clean battery posts on any one of our cars. Anytime that you have a battery in a car and you need to clean it, clean the posts, this is the tool that you will use. You can buy them at a store, and they're not terribly expensive, but they're very helpful and very useful. Plain wood, used for only planing wood, meaning taking pieces off a piece of wood that you need to shave down. And here, right there, is a cutter which is very sharp, very sharp. You must be very careful with it because it would cut your skin very quickly. You use it like this, and it would shave pieces off to make, let's say, it's the bottom of a door, and you want that door to fit tighter. Grandpa Poe used this to shave a very little bit of wood off the bottom of his porch screen door. And you use it like this, where you push it. Now, Grandpa had to do that with his screen door because the screen door was sticking. It was sticking to the bottom where it met the floor, and it was sticking. So Grandpa just used this, and he took the door off, and then he shaved a little bit off the door, just like this. Just like this. Okay, my children and grandchildren, we have gone through everything that was in the toolbox. All of the tools are here, and we talked about each one. Well, I hope it was fun for you. Now, Grandpa's gonna put these all back in this toolbox for you. Didn't we have a nice afternoon? It was fun, wasn't it? And here is a toolbox all full of tools, just for you. To my children and my grandchildren, I love you very much.